Hey, I want to show you one more 3D printing trick. So here I have printed this cube, and on one of the faces I artificially added some scratches. You know, when you want to clean up support material, many times you might leave unintended scratches on the parts. And if the aesthetics of the part and the appearance of it is important to you, you might wonder, is there any way I can get rid of these scratches? And yes, one method might be to paint it, but if you don't want to paint it and you don't want your part to get sticky, you might say, well, I use the sandpaper, but sandpaper will basically ruin the texture of the part, okay? So, and removes the color to some extent. So is there any other way to do it? And the answer is yes, we are going to use a heat gun here. So here is the heat gun. Just make sure that you don't apply too much heat and don't go super close, because you might distort the form of the part. Remember, PLA melting temperature is not super high. And you can, if you have a good lighter, you might also be able to do it with a lighter. Okay, here is the same surface, and you can see that most of the scratch is gone. Now, if the scratch is very deep, like this one here, you probably see a little bit in the middle, it might not be perfectly gone. You might need to process it a little bit further, but clearly you see that most of the other scratch is gone, and this new texture you see on it, that's my fingerprint basically. But this is how you can get at least very superficial scratches easily removed, and you can see that the part still has a little bit of the vapor on the top of that because of the heat. The important thing is you should not apply the heat over one spot, and you have to move this heat gun all over the place so you don't melt any part. The other limitation is if the part is not solid and it only has a few shells, when you apply that heat, you can deform the surface of the object. So here is another cube, but this one is hollow, this one is solid. So now I'm gonna apply the same technique to this one. Look at the result. Okay, here is the result. You see some scratches gone, some of them left, but look at what happened to the surface of the part. You see all of these waves and everything? That's because the part was not solid. So this technique is only good if the part is solid, or at least have a good number of layers. Okay, hopefully so you enjoyed. I'll see you in the next video.